What's going on, everybody? Welcome into our draft lottery live stream for 2023 presented by Bet Online. Today we are live on location. I'm with Eric. We're going to react to the picks. We got a little bit of an audience here. I don't know if you guys want to clap for yourselves, but you can. I appreciate you guys showing up and showing out. So we're just going to react. We got graphics. I'll unveil the picks with the graphics as well. We will have the audio in the background as well. That is one thing we have to sort out before, before the picks come up. But we also have another camera set up, so we'll get our live reaction. Hopefully it's a good reaction. Fingers crossed. Lots of nerves heading into today. I just have so much nervous energy just setting up this stream in a new place. And then the fate of the Trailblazers kind of is in the air tonight. So hopefully, we get Wemby, man. It's Wemby or bust for me at this point. I've dreamt about him. I've made videos about him. At some point, things have to break right? So hopefully it's tonight. We will see. But first, before we jump into things, I'd like to thank Bet Online for sponsoring our draft lottery. Use the promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V, for a 50% reward bonus. You can get in on this conference finals action as we head into the next couple of weeks, and you can get in on baseball, any other sport you want. Bet Online has it. Use that promo code BELIEVE, B-O-E-A-V, 50% rewards. Eric, how are you doing?
Man, I'm a wreck right now. I think I'm just like trying to, make sure everyone got here okay, get organized and all that, and then just thinking about it all day today was just like, man, potential to be like, You tweeted out, I thought it was a really good tweet. It's like, you shouldn't care this much about how like a draft lottery, but it really could, as diehard fans, impact our lives from this day moving forward if we happen to get lucky. It's that kind of impactfulness with the number one pick this year. So just the fact that our lives could be changed forever based on a sporting event, or not even a sporting event, but a drawing to determine which player goes to your team in a sporting event. It's just crazy. That's a lot of emotions on one thing happening, and it's not even more than an 89.5% chance of happening. So
yeah, it's crazy. I tweeted out. Yeah, it's funny how I can quantify down to the 10th of a percentage point that this could be one of the greatest days of my life. And since, we have this channel now I have a little bit more of a justification for being an absolutely crazy Blazer fan. But, Wemby would make this team so much fun for years to come. He's just a generational prospect. In my opinion, the best prospect since LeBron, and you can make an argument that he was a better prospect coming into the league than LeBron was. Shout out to Emerson, member for 32 months. He just says, Wemby. Thank you, Emerson. And shout out PDX Papermaker, a.k.a. Carson. Is Carson here yet?
Not yet.
Carson is supposed to show up in a few minutes. He's been a member for 12 months. He says, 1 year mark is today. Let's get it. Thank you, Carson. Appreciate you as always. Looking forward to seeing you hopefully soon in person. So thank you to everybody who showed out. I will, after the stream, I'll converse with more of you. Just been hectic getting this thing set up, but we're pretty much ready to go. We got 3 TVs in here, Eric. 3 TVs, not 1, not 2, got 3 TVs. So we'll have that audio playing in the background, and of course, I expect everybody in here to react very over the top, whether it's sad or excited, okay? Just for the atmosphere.
I'm probably gonna cry either way, so we're all good.
Yeah. I'll sit here. I'll sit here wiping Eric's tears either way. So Sam brought us wood. He said wood for Wemby. So this is our lucky bit of wood.
Gonna rub our wood. Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna. Sure. So we got our lucky wood. Whatever you guys got at home in terms of lucky charm of some sort. We're superstitious here. All right. So we got the lucky wood. I didn't wear what I wore last year. Eric didn't wear what he wore last year. You got the clothes, PDX Shaden Sharp jersey. That is right, or no, that's Anthony Simons.
This is Anthony, because one for Wembanyama.
Yeah, Connor's the one who has the Shaden Sharp jersey, but Connor didn't show up in the Shaden Sharp jersey. He showed up in his number 51 Ryan Arcidiacono jersey. I would love to, Here, yeah. Connor, show off that jersey. Look at that thing. Yeah, it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a lie. Yeah, he really has the Arcidiacono jersey here. So,
See 4 Dame jerseys.
if any of you know Ryan Arcidiacono somehow, some way, get it signed for Connor, because that would be the only signed Blazers Arcidiacono jersey probably in existence. So that would be pretty cool. Anyway. Thank you to M. Kirkpatrick02 with the $5 dono. Says, thanks, fellas, for all you do. Pray we finally get a dub. Thank you, M. Kirkpatrick. Shout out to Ads. Ads with the $5 dono. Says, howdy, lads. Keep at it with the channel. Don't care as much about Wemby as I do. Eric winning me a prize out of that machine behind Tori.
The claw.
Yeah, we'll have to have Eric play this thing maybe after the lottery. The lottery does start in 13 minutes, so we will have to see if Eric can...
I was joking with Connor. That'd be cool if he was winning prizes back there while the stream was going on.
So that's funny. Shout out to Ads, man. Wish you could make it out. It was good to meet you that one time at the watch party. Shout out Jake the Snake 21 with the $2 dono. Says Wemby. Shout out to Mr. Payan with the 11-month member message. Says, got stuck at work with you guys in spirit.
Oh, bummer.
That sucks.
Thanks, Leo.
Would have been cool to see you, Leo. Shout out to Adam vs. Eve with the $20 dono. Says, you guys are looking sharp. Best of luck to us. Have a drink on me. You guys are the best. Thank you, Adam vs. Eve. Appreciate you as well, man. Whew.
Thank you to all who are watching, and thank you to all who came out here. It's going to be fun, hopefully. And hopefully we're all celebrating here in a half an hour or so.
Yeah, knock on wood, of course. You got a piece of wood just for knocking on wood.
You're going to knock on it?
Yeah, I'm going to knock on it, so we don't jinx it, but then...
I'm going to rub it.
Yeah, you're going to rub it. I'm going to knock on it. Okay. Shout out to Smog, member for 28 months. It's a Wemby chant. 8 Wembys in caps. Thank you, Smog.
Wemby, 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 Wemby.
Did you hear how low-pitched that chant was? We got a bunch of men in here.
We got Allison, though.
Is Allison here?
Yeah, Allison.
Okay, well, a bunch of men and one woman, so there we go. Shout out to Allison for showing up. Cool, yeah, get a Wemby chant going in chat. I mean, we're going to try everything to make this happen, to speak it into existence, right? Mm-hmm. Last year I was going in pessimistically. This year we'll just see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. It could be exciting or it could be disappointing. The odds obviously aren't great to get Wembanyama, but 10.5% chance is about as good as it gets. 14% odds are the best odds. So as far as these graphics go, we got the projected team on the left, but then when we unveil them, we will unveil them like this. So the color, that's the team that shows up. And I will try my best to keep up with it. If there's chaos, it's going to be harder. We finally got Carson here. What's up, Carson? Thank you for the member message. What's up, man? Good to see you. I got to thank you in person. That's like the first time I've been able to thank something in a dono or a member message in person. So shout out to Elias with the $5 dono. Says, I'd be there if I could have gotten someone to watch the kiddo tonight. Hopefully we get the frozen ball. Would a frozen ping pong ball be more likely to get drawn or less likely, Eric, since you're the math expert
less.
here?
It'd probably be heavier, right?
Yeah, so we need the hot ball.
Yeah. We need to warm it up.
Yeah.
Fine.
So, do you have the remote for that? Can we turn up the audio when it gets
should be
time?
right behind you, Jackson, one of them.
We got Jackson here. What's up, Jackson? Just give it to
TV
Eric.
on. If you can turn that TV on, that'd be.
Is that the audio? Why do we got 3 remotes too?
Because they couldn't at first figure out how to work any of the TVs, so we.
None of them worked for the TV that's off, so.
Behind the TV there is the cable box, and the power kept going off on the top left. If someone could just push the power on. I think the TV is on, it's just not the cable box, which is on Devin's side there.
Shout out to Raiden. $2 dono says, couldn't make it, watching from the firehouse. Thank you, Raiden. Shout out to David Kutzar with a $5 dono. Says, don't forget I wasn't capping with $3 signs because he said he'd donate $500. So if we get Wemby, He's donating $500.
That'd be insane.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Shout out to Snacking K with the member message for 6 months. Says Jesus is king. Thank you, Snackin' K. Shout out to Adam Versive with another dono, $5 dono. Says, if Roy gets us Wemby and we win a chip next year, do we give Roy the credit for the chip? I mean, I'm willing to give Rainer Roy credit for anything. Okay, so sure, I'll go along with that. Thank you, Adam Versive. And shout out Ryan Tadaro with a $5 dono. Says, sending good luck, fellas. Let's go. Thank you, Ryan, for the good luck.
Thank you, everyone. Oh, man.
Cool, we got the audio. We'll probably turn it up. Do you?
We can't. There's no way.
We can't turn it up?
We can't turn the volume up or down or anything.
That sucks.
We just gotta go roll with it. No, we tried to figure it out for like an hour beforehand.
So, okay, can we get the room quiet? I want to see if chat can hear the TV. All right, so if we can just have like 5 seconds of silence except for the TV. And of course, they're stop talking. All right, chat, can you hear the TV? Hopefully you guys can hear the TV. If not, we'll announce it. We'll figure it out, whatever's best for you guys. We got 7 minutes until this thing starts. They're going to announce everybody that's there first. Shout out Jackson, member for 27 months. He says, these remotes suck. Yeah, Jackson's trying to figure it out for us, and he's having a hell of a time. So thank you for trying, Jackson.
Hey, I'm just happy because for a while there, it was like, oh man, are these TVs not even going to be able to be turned to a different channel? Because it was stuck on like Dr. Phil and something else, and I was like freaking out before you got here. Luckily, the guy was able to reset them all and at least turn them to the right channel, but we couldn't figure out how to do anything else.
All right, so chat says they can't hear it, so I'll do a chat poll. Okay, what do you want us to do? Commentate the picks as we go, or let the TV commentate? I think the top option is probably the best, but I'll let you guys decide. Shout out to Hyper Prime member for 17 months. Says, I really hope Eric brought those lottery signs. Yeah, he has.
Hand me that stack of papers right there.
He has the numbers on the wall. He has the numbers on the wall. But we got the graphics for you guys as well. But Eric, you gonna try holding them up as we go too?
Yeah, Connor's gonna help me out with taping them up too.
Cool. Oh, I can't believe it's already here. All right, 80% said we should commentate the picks as we go, so we'll kind of go step in step with Mark Tatum. I'll kind of let you do that. I'm going to be plugging in these graphics as we go. Whew. I'm excited to see Brandon Roy.
I don't think my family understood just the momentous occasion this is. I was like trying to explain to them how this might be a crazy night for me personally.
Yeah.
And my son was like, I don't care. And my wife was like trying to give me some support, but you know. Yeah. What's up, Eric? How you doing, man?
Hey, Eric. What's up, man?
What's up, Eric?
Cheers.
What's up, dude?
Are those your friends that you came with?
No, they're on their way.
Oh, okay.
I don't know exactly what time they're getting here, but they're coming fast.
Who do we have over there? What's up?
I'm Nathan.
Nathan, nice to meet you.
What's up, man?
That's Jake Lehman, right?
Yeah.
All right.
What's up, Jake?
Yeah.
That's the person that everyone thinks is the real Jake Lehman. Hey, what's up, man?
I would just like.
Who are you?
I'm just.
Oh, Fred. Oh, good. Nice to meet you.
Jake Lehman's friend is here too. Awesome. Oh, you got the volume?
It's
Yeah, if
fine.
that.
There was a remote in here that was working for everything.
It's fine. We can just.
It's cool.
We can figure it out.
Yeah.
We're good.
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
man.
you.
So this has been in the ground for like millions of years, right? So this wood has like.
All right, chat. We are 4 minutes away. They're gonna introduce everybody that's representing each team, and then I think go to commercial break, and then unveil picks 5 through 14. basically, as simple as I can put it, is you guys, we want to see one of these 4 logos before the Blazers logo, okay? If we see Charlotte, San Antonio, Houston, or Detroit's logo up before Portland, that means Portland has jumped into the top 4, okay? That's as simple as I can put it. They draw for the top 4 slots. They don't draw for every slot in the lottery. So they draw for the top 4. Whatever teams are top 4 are obviously 1 through 4. And then 5 through 14 is just based on whatever teams are left, the worst team first. So that's why there's only a 2% chance for Portland to be the 5th overall pick, because that would mean Portland doesn't move up into the top 4 and none of the teams below Portland move up into the top 4, because I know a lot of people are confused about that. So that's how the lottery works. The Blazers have a 10.5% chance at number 1, about a 10.5% chance at number 2 and number 3 and number 4. That adds up to about a 42% chance to move up. 2.2% chance. There, I said the number. 2.2% chance to stay at 5. They have approximately a 19% chance at 6, approximately a 26% chance at 7, and approximately an 8.5% chance at 8. A 0.6% chance at 9. That's the worst case scenario, because that would mean 4 teams below Portland move up into the top 4. Other things to watch for. If any team 11 through 14 moves up into the top 4, that would move Dallas down to 11. Dallas only keeps their pick if it's top 10.
So we don't want to see a Dallas logo at all, or a New York Knicks logo at all in this.
Yeah, that would mean a team moves up, but also it'd be kind of hilarious. If Portland could move up and Dallas lost their pick, I mean, that would be awesome. That would probably be a best case scenario. Also,
but the more people that move up behind us, the less likely it is that we move up.
Yeah. So this Mavericks pick has to stay at 10 or move up in order for them to keep it. Otherwise, it goes to the Knicks. This pick at 11 for the Magic, they get this from Chicago, as they also have 6th best odds. And if Chicago jumps into the top 4, they keep the pick. Otherwise, it'll be 11 through 14, depending on how the lottery shakes out, and it'll be to Orlando. So that is the 2 picks up in the air in terms of trades. Everything else is going to their respective team. Shout out to Adam vs. Eve with the $5 dono. Says, if we get number 1, I don't know if my headphones/speakers can handle the noise you guys are about to make. Yeah, but that'd be a good reason to go deaf for, though.
Yep.
So I definitely have us on speakers, and I don't know. I assume you're gonna be hyped at home as well. There's the lottery ball machine. We got Scoot Henderson in the building. No Victor Wembanyama here today.
I already, he played earlier today. Watched that game this morning. That was fun. But yeah, I already warned at about 5:20-ish that there might be a loud screaming noise in this room, not to be aware to all the employees working here. So hopefully they don't get too startled.
So I won't have chat up as we unveil the picks because I don't want it to get spoiled. If you guys want to match your stream up with us at home watching, we're seeing the intro. Just saw the ping pong balls. Whoever that guy is, Shaq. We got whoever that guy is, Patrick Ewing on the screen. So if you guys want to try and match up your stream with ours, you can do it that way, or you can just not watch the TV and watch with us. We got Allen Iverson stepping over Ty Lue. LeBron. Just saying this so you guys can try and match up if you want at home. But we will turn off chat because we don't want to get spoiled ahead of time. Obviously, we want to react naturally. And I highly recommend for anybody in here, just don't be on Twitter. Don't pay attention to the live chat when the picks start because there probably will be people ahead reacting in chat. So just don't be in chat when the picks start and just react naturally. That's...
The good thing is it's not like the draft where the pick's going to get spoiled ahead of time, like 5 minutes before the pick.
I know, we need a picture. There you go.
So we got a separate camera. We'll have reaction of the crowd.
Hopefully that's working.
And then we got Mateo. You gonna record? Yeah, Mateo's gonna record. Try and get it, or not? Devin, my other editor. Oh my God, I called. Yeah, Devin and Mateo are my editors. My bad. My guy Devin.
This is for Snap. Here we go.
Wemby dropped 22, 9, and 2 today. Yeah, Devin's gonna maybe get our 2007 version of the
Look
crowd.
at this guy, 2 in the morning, dedication.
I mean, if you this is like the most public job interview.
I'm excited to see B-Roy. All right, let's get caught up on donos. Shout out to Fun P, $2 donos says, keep those teams up. I'm high AF for this. Let's go. That's probably the way to go. That's probably the way to go. Thank you, Fun P, with the $2 dono. Shout out Alvaro Bazan, says 600 plus people in chat. Drop a like now. Stuck at work, but if we get into the top 3 and I throw up, it's not my fault. They were warned. Shout out to the Blazers Uprise Colt. Thank you, Alvaro, with the $10 dono. Yeah, leave a like on the stream.
Thank you, everyone.
Leaving likes on things help us out. We got over 800 people in this stream right now. It would be awesome to break 1,000. 1,000 would be great. 1,000 would be our biggest number in a while. The nerves are getting real, man. I don't feel good right now. Like my stomach is butterflies. Nervous energy. We're in it with you guys here. Somebody's getting a fat pizza and it looks amazing.
I know. I got my pizza sitting over there. I can't eat it right now.
Thank you.
Would you want that? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So let's see. Oh, reveal in 13 minutes. We got 13 more minutes of nervousness, guys. Clocks it. If
Like
you
we
want to
said,
try
I'll probably
and
introduce people.
introduce people after.
No, before. So part of that 13 minutes is introducing people.
Oh, I thought you meant introduce people here. Okay. Yeah, so the reveal, if you want to try and get matched up, most intriguing team for Victor says Portland Trailblazers.
I'm kind of worried about that because, like, that's what everyone's saying, like, on Twitter. Like, if I had to pick a place, it would be the Blazers, which I agree with, obviously. That's the right choice, but it's just like...
But then again, we always get slept on and then we get screwed, so I don't know.
You know what's weird? Like, going back to the Brandon Roy, LaMarcus Aldridge draft,
Yeah.
we were the number one. We had the number one odds that year. We fell to 4th, and that was when they only picked 3 people. So,
And it worked
like-
out. Who knows who we
but
would have
like-
taken one, not Andrea Bargiotti, because that's who was one of that.
yeah. But then the next year, we have the 5th best odds. And like, it was only a 5.3% chance or something. And we end up with the number 1 pick. So it's kind of like that to me, where like last year it felt like we had better odds, even though we have better odds this year. So yeah, it's crazy. We have twice as good odds as we did that year of landing Odin. So
I'm reaching the nervous wreck point of the draft lottery, okay? I'm reaching the nervous wreck stage. 11:30, 11:29, 11:28. If you want to get synced up with us, that's the time on our screen here. 11:24, 11:23, 11:22, 11:21. So if you want to try and get matched up with us, we won't be reading chat as we get unveiled. I'm not going to read chat from the time they start with 14 until the end, all right? So after that, we'll get caught up on donos and messages and everything. Once again, leave a like on the stream. It helps us out. Leave a like for Wemby. Shout out to Fun P with the $2 dono. Says, eat it before our pick. For good luck, Eric.
all right.
Eat what? The
Pizza.
wood?
The
Oh,
pizza.
the pizza. We got lucky wood, by the way. Wood for Wemby.
Wood for Wemby!
Vote for Wemby!
Wood for Wemby!
Also, before we jump into things, got another ad sponsor. Shout out to Manta Mask for sponsoring us as well. You can use the link in the description box below for a 10% discount with the promo code Uprise. They got cooling masks, so if it's hot where you're at, if you don't got AC, you can sleep with the cooling mask on your face. And also, if you already got one and you're too scared to see the pics, of course you could wear this thing as well and just kind of like hide because it's too scary. But, you know.
Anyone here need that for right now?
Yeah.
If we had the number 1 pick, I would be so relaxed, just like if I had a Manta mask.
Yeah, thank you. Shout out to the plug from Sam. I'm tripping on names. I'm all over the place. But shout out to Manta Mask for sponsoring us. Go and get yourself a sleep mask. Upgrade your sleep with Manta Mask. Link in the description box below. Shout out to them. They're a really good company. Sponsor a lot of creators, so we always appreciate that. Anyway, we got 1K in chat, which is awesome to see.
Let's go.
Biggest number we've had in a while. We are live on location with a bunch of Blazer fans here. And we'll see how this thing goes. We'll see how raucous this room gets. We got Connor on the claw machine. Are you going to play it, Connor?
If he wins, it's fine.
We got Connor.
No pressure.
Just you know,
Oh,
since
did it eat his money? Can you not figure it out?
yeah, we got Connor on the claw machine. Let's see if he can win a teddy bear or a dragon.
here we
Which
go.
one you going for, Connor?
Here we go.
Nope, you missed.
You got any better than that?
Hey, JJ.
I'm not
Did you
basing
hook me
anything
up
off
with a
that.
piece? Did you hook me up with a piece?
You got to go for a limb, Connor.
You can play there.
You got to go for a limb.
Play trigger.
A limb is easier to grab than a big head. All right.
You can't get one that's tucked in. You gotta go for like a loose one.
Yeah. Did you get it? Oh, not even close. You didn't even get a pinch. Connor in his Blazers Ryan Arcidiacono jersey. Don't speak that into existence. Come here and knock on this wood.
You have to redeem yourself.
Okay, good.
The force has to be perfect.
Trick Toshi, it's not in Beaverton, and we're not going to disclose the location, all right? We got too many people in chat for that, yeah. We're on the moon, actually. Oh, look at the Thompson twins, man. I love the Thompson twins, all right? So, you know, if the Blazers don't get the #1 pick, it's probably getting traded. Who knows for what? Jaylen Brown seems to be the dream, but we need Miami to take care of Boston this year for that to even be remotely possible, probably. Of course, there's other names. Embiid lost in the second round again. Giannis lost in the first round, but those are pipe dreams at best. But then again, you know, it's more likely considering they lost early than if they went on a run. So you got to hope for something. If the Blazers don't get the #1 pick, then you can hope for a big blockbuster trade. That is the silver lining behind that. But obviously, Wemby would be amazing to watch, and I think he'll be an all-star day one, Eric. His impact on the defensive end with what he can do offensively, I think he'll be an all-star day one.
I completely agree. Especially if he's on a team where his skills can be used like the Blazers. They definitely need his defense. And if he comes in and we basically have a starting lineup that consisted of players from last year plus Wembanyama, and we're a top 10 defense, I think that bodes really well for him.
Yeah, absolutely. So chances to get Wembanyama, you got the Pistons, the Spurs, and the Rockets with 14% odds. You got the Hornets with, I believe, 12% odds? And then you got the Blazers with 10.5%. Do you honestly think Victor Wembanyama goes to a small market? He's getting drafted. He's not a free agent. This is the NBA draft lottery. This is not the free agent lottery, okay? So he doesn't have a choice. But Wemby's like real into art and stuff. Seems like a low-key, chill guy. I don't think he's the type of guy that is hell-bent on playing in a big market or anything, and I'm not worried about him being that type of guy.
He's already on record of saying he's cool playing anywhere.
Yeah.
So I see some people mentioning that I'm drinking soda on chat. Special occasion. I've lost 15 pounds. This is just a treat to get to be out eating at a restaurant, so I'm having soda today.
Soon Eric will look like the short one on stream. B-Roy is standing out. I missed the B-Roy clip, I guess. If you guys want to get synced up with our feed we have here, we're at 5:34, 5:33, 5:32, 31:30. So if you guys need to pause your stream at home for 5 seconds, if you're 5 seconds ahead, do it. Get synced up with us. I will unveil the pics via graphics. I won't be looking at chat while we do it. I can't believe it's... Oh, man, I'm nervous. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to be sick. Bonnie says it's all about balance, Eric. Treat yourself.
Yeah.
And I like that from
am.
Bonnie. Shout out to Bonnie.
Shout out to Bonnie.
Chase says he's going to have a heart attack. Wish you were here, Chase. Unfortunately, Chase lives across the country, though. All right, one final chat poll. How are you feeling right now? Excited? Nervous? What's another option? Sick to my stomach.
About to poop your pants. I don't know.
Well, sick to my stomach is, you know, a little cleaner version of that, I guess. But any other options you want me to throw up on this poll?
I don't like Wemby. I don't know. Maybe there's some people that don't.
Don't care. All right, there's your chat poll, chat. We got 13 people in here. Make sure to hit the like. I would love to break our all-time record of 1.6K. That would be amazing. Shout out to Nathan Foley, member for 3 months. He's here in person. He says Jake Layman because he's Jake Layman on Twitter, and people actually think he's Jake Layman because he used the I as the L. Shout out to Jake Layman, wherever he's sitting. Shout out to him. Thank you for being a channel member. I met Jake Layman in person once, by the way.
Yeah.
So this is my second time meeting him. He looks a little different. I think he shrunk like a good 1.5 foot, but no, just kidding.
Man, Trevin, why aren't you here, man?
Where is Trevin? Yeah, I wish Trevin was here.
Dang it, Trevin. I was hoping. Oh, man. One of these times.
35% of people are excited. 35% of people are nervous. 22% of people are sick to their stomachs. I'm sick to my stomach right now, chat. Jackson says he wants to ban people. I don't know why, but I mean, I wouldn't even notice if you did. So you can, you know, you can use your mod powers to whatever degree you want right now. But yeah. If any of you accidentally bring up chat and get spoiled, don't spoil it for the rest of us, all right? But yeah, definitely close chat when we start this reveal in 2.5 minutes.
Right here in this moment, with everybody here. Just so you know.
Got 1,400 people in chat. Make sure to hit that like button. So later today, you got the Nuggets versus the Lakers, but that feels like an afterthought right now. Who was there for the Blazers representative in the drawing room, Eric?
I don't know.
Oh, goodness, I'm so nervous. Chat, I'm out of words.
T.O. said a few minutes ago that Nurk is hoping we don't get Wembanyama. I completely disagree. I think Wembanyama is going to play the 4 if he's on the Blazers, and I think Nurk would work really well with him.
I think Wembanyama actually makes it more likely they keep Nurk, because I think Wembanyama at the 4 next to Nurk would actually be a pairing that fits really well on both sides of the floor. I can only imagine short roll lobs with Nurkic to Wembanyama.
Yeah.
I mean, Nurkic has played well next to another big in the past, Noah Vonleh even. So,
Well, just think about the spacing with Grant, Anthony, and Dame as your three-point shooters, and then Wembanyama like in the dunker spot or around the rim. We saw some success earlier in the season with Nurk throwing lob passes to Grant. If that's a 7-4 guy instead of Jeremy Grant, that's even easier to throw those passes. So I think that would really open up Nurk's game a lot. And also, I think defensively it just covers a lot of flaws having a second person back there.
yep. All right, I'm turning off chat. We got David Griffin. We got that guy is Bobby Webster. Don't know him. Oh, that's their new GM.
GM for Toronto.
Nick Collison is there for the Thunder. Dalen Terry for the Bulls. Nico Harrison for the Mavericks. Colin Sexton for the Jazz. Who knows if he's still there after this offseason. Wes Unseld for the Wizards. They're going in order of odds. Tyrese Halliburton for the Pacers. And then up next
Orlando Magic.
is the Orlando Magic. And then up next...
Yeah, right. Here we go, come on.
Look at B-Roy, man. Oh, I love it. I don't care about the rest of them. B-Roy's the only one I care about, man. Oh, we need to shut the... Can somebody shut this door? Thank you. Appreciate it, Sam. And Ben Wallace is there. All right, here we go, guys. Are we going straight into the reveal? Or are they gonna churn us for? Oh, here comes the picks. Oh God, I'm scared.
I can't.
Oh my goodness, please. Please, please, please. Please, please, please. Here comes Mark Tatum. I'm gonna cry already. Oh God.
All right.
We don't want teams moving up.
This is Pelicans. Pelicans, please.
The New Orleans Pelicans at 14. At 13. Should be Toronto. Please be Toronto. It's Toronto. At 12.
OKC,
Oh my goodness.
please.
Please be OKC.
Yes.
OKC. At 11.
Need
We
the
want
Magic.
to see Orlando.
No bull. All right, no. Don't be the Knicks.
Blue. Blue. At
I'm
10.
shaking so bad.
Please be Dallas. Don't let Dallas get a top 4 pick. Dallas! Let's go! At 9, Utah.
Utah. No Tory Chrome. Internet browser.
9th pick goes to the Utah Jazz. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. 8th pick.
Wizards. We want
Wizards. Please be Wizards.
Yes!
Wizards! 7. Here we go. We go into danger territory here, but it's so far so good. It's 7. Please be Indiana. It's Indiana! Please don't be Portland. Please don't be Portland. At 6. Come on, baby. At 5. At 5. Let's go! Let's go! Yeah, B-Roy, let's get it! Let's go! Portland's top 4, baby. It was Detroit at 5. It was Detroit at 5. These are the top 4. We're top 4. Oh my God, please. I can't wait to go back and watch chat after the stream. Chat, I love y'all. All right, I love y'all.
Thank you to everyone who tuned in.
I wish we could see it, but I don't want to get spoiled.
Okay. Whatever happens, we got top 4. We had that moment.
We're top 4. Please, baby. Please, 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 please. Please, please, please.
It feels like a sledgehammer.
Oh my goodness. We're top 4.
Connor, you striking out on this claw machine was good luck.
I'm shaking.
Oh my goodness.
Shaking nuts.
We are
Shaking the one for one.
All right,
We are
chat.
one
I'm
of-
not going to be able to keep up with this when we unveil one.
we have we're one of 4 teams that could have a life.
Yeah, right now it's like
altering
23% chance. My rough math, 24, like, it's almost 1 out of 4.
here. These 2 do not matter anymore.
Oh, please,
just these.
please, please. Shout out to Devin with the, hopefully this is our 2007 moment. Wood for Wemby.
One for Wemby.
So one thing to keep in mind, you guys, this one has been in the ground for millions of years.
Yeah.
Millions of years? This is millions of years old?
Moment.
I'm gonna hold it.
For this exact
Oh no!
moment.
Wait, should I hold it or not? I wasn't holding it before.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh, please, baby, give it to us. Give it to us, give it to us, give it to us. Oh my goodness. Bro, we got top 4. We got top 4. I'm just going to soak it in like we got top 4 and we moved up.
Whatever happens, we have a very, very valuable trade piece, or we have the life-altering player. So we're in a good position no matter what. It's just, we really need number 1, please.
Please just give us number 1, man. Please give us number 1. Please.
Still a commercial right now. Woo! It's crazy.
Please give us number 1.
Yeah, I can't read it right now, but hope everyone in chat's not passed out yet.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
Don't tune in the chat. They are making so much money off these commercials right now.
Oh, man.
Bro, oh my god, I'm shaking. I'm literally shaking right now. I'm literally shaking. I don't have chat open, no. I don't have chat open. Please, 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 please.
Alright, here we go.
Alright,
Wimby.
here we go.
We want Wimby.
Oh, please, 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 please.
Oh, man.
Please. Please, 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 please. Please. Please.
Who's got the last one?
Yay.
Thank you once again for everyone for tuning in. Appreciate all of you. It's fun to make these journeys together with all of you.
Yep.
All right, no one cares about the Lakers Nuggets right now.
I didn't even realize it was a game.
They got to make the drama. Draw.
There's a game today?
I know, right?
We're touching wood.
Please, please, please. My arms are tingling. Oh, here we go.
Should we move the camera up a little bit for when we jump up?
I don't know. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Look at me right now. Let's go. Oh, God. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Please no Portland. Here we go. 4th pick. Please no Portland. Yeah! Let's go! No Portland! No Portland! No Portland! No!
We got third.
Third. Hornets in San Antonio. San Antonio got it.
Pop is going to win 5 rings with Brady.
Come on, that's definitely rigged.
Darn it. Oh.
So close.
So close.
Got top 3.
Top 3. Top 3.
I'm happy we moved up, but damn.
Good stuff.
Damn.
Top 3 is still pretty good.
He's in the Western Conference too.
San Antonio's better tanking than the rest of us.
It's just, on my face. I'm so excited. The city of San Antonio, our fans, man, like, we just have so many people that love the Spurs, and so we're pumped. Well, congratulations. Gary is pumped. I bet Gary's going wild right now. Thank you so much. Somebody should come, Gary.
Oh, man. so close. Third pick is good.
We
It
have
makes a lot of stuff possible.
We have a good trade asset, or you got Scooter, Brandon Miller, probably, or a man.
We had at least 2,500 people in chat, which is by far a record. Shout out to all of you. If you're Blazer fans, if you're not Blazer fans, hit that subscribe button. We will have a free agency and draft live streams just covering the NBA. I'm happy we moved up. I'm also very sad at the same time. It's conflicting.
Because we're one of 3 teams left, and it was.
I know, it felt so close. Like we talked about, like how would it feel to get this close, and it's like it's bittersweet to get this close but not get them, and it's kind of heartbreaking at the same time. Shout out to the Spurs.
Better than being 6 or 7 now.
Yeah, shout out to the Spurs, I guess. Hit that like button as well. Thank you, thank you guys for. Oh man, I'm a mess. It's hard to talk. Dang. Trade or Brandon Miller? I mean, I'd rather have Amen Thompson, but I mean that's the debate we're gonna have for
This
the
is
next
the exact debate you didn't want to have.
foreseeable future. Oh man, we got so close, guys. We got so close. That would have been amazing. But hey, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for being a part of this.
We'll have a live stream on Thursday, by the way, just talking about what this means. I'll have a video tomorrow talking about what this means.
Why is that Aeromancer here?
Yeah, I wish Aeromancer was here. Shout out to Near012 with the member for 32-month member message. We read off every member message. She said, heck yeah, top 4, baby. Hey, we got 3. We got 3. That Rockets logo coming up was a moment of bliss. I wish Charlotte got number 1, though, so at least it wouldn't be San Antonio. At least he wouldn't be in the West. But, yeah, this is going to be interesting. I mean, that's a really good trade asset. That's a really good trade asset. If any star becomes available, I still think Portland has a chance at making it happen with that pick.
Yeah. I don't know about 6 and 11, maybe.
Shout out Truly Spencer PDX member for 6 months. Has never been so happy and sad at the same time. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what compares to this, man. I'm kind of glad we're finally done with the lottery. And we can move on, but I mean, Blazers get 3. Hey, that's better than 7-6, you know? Like could have been bad. Could have been much worse. Oh man. Dro with the $2 donut says, time to trade the pick. Cronin, don't ruin this. Yep, we'll see. That's a great trade asset. Shout out Chris Brand, the member for 15 months. Says, ready to win in 23-24. I mean, this could pan out being fine if they pull off the right trade. We'll see what they pull off. Crushable says, how are we feeling? I'll do a chat poll. How are Blazer fans? How are you feeling? Happy? Sad? I have no idea what I'm feeling is going to be option 4.
And okay with 3, I guess.
Shout out Caleb Pendergraph, member for 18 months, says, I'll be honest, I much prefer Wembanyama with the Spurs than with the Rockets or Hornets. I mean, with the Hornets, at least he'd be out of the Western Conference. With the Rockets, yeah, I would rather him be with the Spurs than the Rockets, but it's just like, okay, here comes another Spurs dynasty somehow. Like, of course.
I mean, you can always say, like, I don't want to play there, but they don't have much. But I doubt that's going to happen.
Oh, man. All right. Dude, I feel like I'm coming down off a high. I don't smoke. I barely drink, but I feel like this is what it would feel like to be crossfaded and coming down off of it or something. I have no clue. Oh, man. So what are you hoping for with the 3rd pick, Eric?
I think I'm just hoping for either.
You mute the TV? What's that? Oh, I'll grab a piece if that's cool later. Yeah. Can we mute the TV, by the way?
Or turn it
or
off.
turn it down. Or turn it off. Yeah. Somehow the audio is louder now, it feels like.
So Yeah, we're gonna have this. We had this problem last year where it was hard to like get too excited about the prospects, even once we drafted Sharp. Like we still didn't know for a good half an hour or so after we made the pick if we were keeping it or not, or if it was part of a trade. So it was hard to even get excited about the Sharp pick once it happened. So I think one of two things is going to happen. Now that we have the third pick, we can pretty much get outside of Wembanyama, I would think, a workout with any of the prospects. So Dame has already been at one of the workouts with a lot lesser guys, like second round guys. So I'm assuming he's going to show up when the big names come to town. And so one of two things is going to happen. Either Dame's going to like really like someone that comes to town, and maybe he kind of backs off his stance on having to trade it or whatever, or not wanting to go with another rookie. Maybe he just thinks one of those guys, whether it's Brandon Miller or a Thompson twin or whatever, is so good that they can help us pretty much right away. Or we're going to trade it for hopefully something good and not get fleeced in a trade. So I think one of those two is going to happen, and not really sure. It kind of depends on who we trade it for, because like if we get like a Jaylen Brown type or whatever, I think that's probably worth the third pick. Mikal Bridges as well. But I mean, if we trade it for someone like lesser than that, it's going to be very frustrating. But some of the trade options we talked about before still exist. Like Toronto stayed at 13, so is getting OG a situation where we could move from 3 to 13, pick up OG using kind of whatever basic contracts, not giving up Anthony or Sharp or Nurk or anything, and then picking like a Leonard Miller or a Derek Lively at 13, along with getting OG. So you add that starting small forward to your lineup, but you also make like the draft guys like Mike Schmitz happy, and you continue building your young core with that 13th pick as well. So maybe that's something they'll look at doing, but I think at first they're going to go for whatever the best player available between now and the draft is.
Yeah, I'll just say this. I mean, there's two routes, obviously. You play the winning route or you play the future route, okay? If they're to play the winning route, I want them to trade the pick. If they're to play the futuristic route, I want them to take Amen Thompson, because I think he will have the most upside left of anyone on the board, assuming Scoot Henderson goes 2. Now, obviously, if Brandon Miller goes 2, then you have the debate of like, okay, well, if you don't find a good trade for the pick, what do you do? Do you really draft Scoot Henderson? Because he would probably, in my opinion, be the best player left on the board. And when you draft in the top 3, normally you're supposed to just take the best player available. Teams have gotten into trouble trying to draft for fit over a guy who was kind of clearly the best player available. So obviously that debate is a debate. It's ambiguous as to, okay, you can make a case maybe that somebody is better than somebody else. But I think assuming Scoot Henderson goes 2, Brandon Miller is the more NBA-ready piece, and he's the more clear fit on this team next year, in my opinion. But if you use the pick, I want to swing for upside. The Blazers swung for upside in last year's draft, and it panned out so far, and it's looking like a good decision. I want them to do it again, and I think Amen Thompson clearly has the highest upside with that 3rd overall pick if Scoot Henderson gets drafted. So it's one of two routes. Trade the pick and win for me, or take Amen Thompson at 3.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I just feel like Brandon Miller is on the path to being a Brandon Ingram type player, and I think that type of player is exactly what this team needs. And I also think with Amen, it's like it's hard because to be the best version of himself, I think he needs the ball in his hands. And even if we draft him and he's the best prospect available, it's just tough to see him having a chance to have the ball in his hands a ton when you have Anthony and Dame and Sharp already. Now, if you trade one of those guards, I think then it becomes a little more clear. So maybe that's the path. You know, you trade one of them and then you have some ability. He could be the backup point guard or whatever. But if he's not clearly the backup point guard, I just don't know how well he'd fit in, because shooting is an issue with him, so he's not really going to space the floor, at least immediately. So can he develop that without playing to his strengths? So I agree with you that he probably has a little bit higher upside, but in Portland's situation, it's not necessarily need. I just feel like Brandon Miller has a chance of reaching his maximum potential as a clear small forward type than Amen does as like a backup guard with this lineup.
Yeah, I'll give my thoughts on that after I just react to the results of this poll. 30% of Blazer fans are happy, 31% are okay, 14% are sad, 26% have no idea what they're feeling. I'll catch up on Donas in a second, but I mean, as far as Amen goes, I think he can excel as a lane filler in transition, pushing the pace in transition, being a playmaker with Dame and Ant next to him, and he has, in my opinion, elite defensive upside as an on-ball defender. I mean, really, the only problem is his three-point shot, which is broken, but apparently he spent a lot of time working on it, and it's going to be a work in progress. If he can become an average shooter, I think he's a home run pick there at 3 because he could potentially give you that elite guard point of attack defender while having enough size to defend the 3. He measures 6'6" with a 7-foot wingspan, so he's big enough to play the 3. Can really move his feet, can get through screens. I think his brother Asar is a little better defensive prospect, but Amen is the better athlete and has more upside. But I just imagine, you look at Draymond and his lack of a three-point shot, but you look at the way he sets the table for Steph and Clay. I feel like Amen Thompson could play a similar role in a way, maybe not right away. I mean, it's kind of hard to project him right away in the league, but just being that guy that can handle, make the right pass, make the right play. And I don't know, you have guys that are good enough athletes that it's like you don't want to play so far off them because they will eat up that space and dunk on you or eat up that space and finish around you. So, I mean, the only problem, obviously, if he could shoot, then he might be the second best prospect in this draft. I would probably have him number 2 in this draft if he could shoot. But, I mean, you can develop three-point shots. I just think he has superstar upside if he can develop a shot, because finding guys that freakishly athletic at that size with that wingspan that can finish the way he does, is creative in the way that he is, I mean, those guys tend to, I mean, I don't know, I bet on that basically is what I'm saying. So I understand that Brandon Miller's the better fit, but I think for this team, if you're not trading the pick, it's the same thing we talked about. You have to raise the ceiling of this team. I like Amen Thompson for that. So that's why it's either trade the pick or raise that ceiling with the upside swing there.
In terms of ceiling for me, I feel like Brandon Miller has that it quality about him. Like he just plays like he's a star or like the man on his team. And I feel like that sort of trait, like there's not a lot of players that are top picks that have that kind of quality and then don't pan out. Usually it's players that you're hoping one of their parts of their game does translate and then they don't. So like I think they both have star upside, both Amen and Miller. So I don't think you can really go wrong with either one. But I'm pretty confident in saying that Miller can step in day one, space the floor, have gravity, be a knockdown shooter, and open up the lanes for drivers like Anthony and Dame. And so that's just why I lean towards that. Whereas just a bit of the clunkiness of one of the Thompson twins just not knowing if they can fit in or having to kind of change their game a little bit to fit in. Like I know what you're saying about taking the best player, but I have them pretty ranked closely, so I don't think it's like a case where you're taking a small forward when you over a guard because you need a small forward. I think it's close enough to where you can take the position and be happy with it.
Yeah, I just think I shied away a little bit from Shaedon Sharpe right before the draft, and that was a mistake.
Right.
That was a mistake. And Shaedon Sharpe is able to make...
Always a mystery.
Yeah, but just with his athleticism, it just separates himself, and it actually gave him a higher floor than I think we gave him credit for, because just cutting off the ball, lob target, etc., in transition, putbacks, like he just makes things happen with his athleticism. Yeah. And he's made defensive plays with his athleticism. He needs to get better at a lot of the fundamentals on that end, but his athleticism separated himself as a prospect, and then all the on-ball stuff is where all the potential lies, and he started to show some of that, and I feel like Amen Thompson is kind of in that same vein. Yeah. So that's why, after seeing the way Shaedon Sharpe panned out and having faith in Damian Lillard as a mentor for Sharpe, and I don't know, like, I don't think Chauncey, the one area where I'll give him credit, I don't think he's bad at developing players. I think he kind of knows how to develop players, especially guards. I would love to bet on the tools that Amen Thompson has. And I will die on this hill, okay? And we'll see how it looks 5 years from now. But swinging for upside last year panned out. I wanted to do it again with Amen Thompson. I understand that Brandon Miller is the less stressful guy in terms of, like, how does he fit? Is he ready to play? Can he play a role? Maybe he could be the starting 3. But I just think if you're going to go the safe route in terms of, like, oh, well, let's just get the guy who's better now in the next couple of years, just trade the pick. Just trade the pick and get something for it. So that's where, you know, like, I understand that there's a case for Brandon Miller, but I think Amen Thompson clearly has better upside, and that's kind of what decides it for me. Going that route.
I think Miller has higher upside
than Amen Thompson?
Just with his size. So I disagree there.
What do you think he's going to measure?
I think he's going to measure like 6'7.5" without shoes, or something around 6'7", and then so he'll be like a legit 6'8" or so with I don't even know. If
that's like an inch taller than Amen though.
But Amen's like skinny, and I know Miller's not like super like put together either. But he just has like he's got the prototypical wing body. And what we've been searching for years has been that wing guy who can do it all, like a Paul George type. And if you can get that with the 3rd pick, I just think that it is like, I don't know, there's not a lot of guys that don't succeed when they can shoot like that and who have the type of game that he has. And then, in terms of Sharpe, he showed flashes throughout the entire year. It was good. Like he got off to that hot shooting start, but then when he struggled for a while, like there were concerns about like, oh crap, we have no one on our bench to help out with scoring and stuff. And so, what is this?
Winning ball missed by 1 number.
Oh man. Just saw a tweet that the Blazers winning number 1 pick missed by 1 number. Unfortunately. Thanks for sharing that dreadful news. But for me, Sharpe took off when he became the man and had the ball in his hands, and he became somewhat unstoppable in that situation. We had to bench him several times so we didn't win games. But that was when we were tanking. If we're trying to win next year or in the next few years, Amen's not going to get that opportunity to have the ball in his hands like Sharpe had at the end of this season. So I just worry about, yeah, he could still develop, he could be fine, and everything could be rosy. It's just like I'm just worried that he's never going to get that opportunity that Sharpe had if the team has success moving forward. And if they don't have success, it doesn't really matter. I guess to your point, it'd be better to have the higher upside guy if you think he has a higher upside. But yeah, so
I just don't think Brandon Miller, just drafting Brandon Miller and then like making a Dorian Finney-Smith trade for a 1st-round pick, I just don't think that gets the team to contention in the next year or two.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I would bet on upside. You know, it's not even that I necessarily disagree with your points. It's just all about like, okay, what's the direction from here? Also, at some point, we are going to maybe have to address the whole Alabama incident that happened in the past year.
Of course, yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, well, if we end up 6 or 7, that's not even going to be a conversation, so we don't have to have it. But now that the Blazers are 3rd, that's a conversation that we'll have to talk about, and if we're comfortable with that, you know. So, but if taking that into consideration too, you know, that's where I'd go Amen. But here's the thing, like, I think Amen differs from Sharpe in that I have a lot more confidence in Amen Thompson's defense. I have a lot more confidence in him being able to potentially come in as a rookie and be a solid defender at least, because his physical tools are off the chart, and I think he has a better motor defensively than Sharp does. And I think he has better technique getting through screens and whatnot. Like, I'm confident in his defensive ability. So I think, sure, off-ball fit is a little bit weird, but if the Ant gets traded and we keep the third pick, which probably isn't likely, but in this hypothetical, you would need another ball handler off the bench with starting Sharp at the 2. You would need another ball handler. And I have more faith in Amen Thompson in that regard. You would need potentially a guy that can come in and play some backup point. Now, I don't think Amen can really handle that year one in the NBA, but he would fit a role, and he would, with that bench unit, be able to have the ball in his hands and potentially develop and have some responsibility. And then Amen Thompson, both Thompson twins excel playing in transition, really push the pace, and that's what I've wanted from the bench unit for a long time, is the bench unit to push the pace more, to give a different look than the starting lineup, which has been stagnant and played at a slow pace for years, it seems like. So having a guy that can come in and really get this team playing at a fast pace would be intriguing for me. In the athleticism of Amen Thompson and Shaedon Sharpe in transition together long term, I mean, I want Shaedon Sharpe playing in transition. Having a guy long term that you could play next to him that could be that ball handler, great passer, super athlete himself in transition would make those two a deadly duo. So those are the reasons why I would take Amen over Brandon Miller, but I understand why people would have Brandon Miller over Amen Thompson. It just depends on how you value a guy being able to step in right away and win with that third pick. But is it winning enough? And do you want to swing on upside if we're not getting to contention over the next year or two? And do you think we can get to contention in the next year or two if we don't trade the pick? So these are just the conversations that we'll continue to have. And I understand people landing on both sides of the fence of them. There really is no right or wrong answer. In hindsight, 5 years from now, there will be probably a right answer. But
or maybe they're both good.
Or maybe they're both good, and it doesn't really matter. So we'll see. 82% of people want Brandon Miller, which is fine. I feel like they're different players, but I feel like this debate would be similar to having like a Jabari Smith versus Shaedon Sharpe debate last year's draft. They're different players, but I feel like it's kind of the same sort of debate you could have had back then.
Yeah, for sure. But, I mean, at least with Thompson's, we have – it's against overtime elite competition, but at least we have – footage of them within the last year playing basketball, so we have that to go by. To me, I think there's, as small as it is, I still feel like there is a chance that the Thompson twins don't figure it out, or once that will struggle against bigger, more athletic players. So I do kind of worry about that. I do feel like Brandon Miller does have some sneaky upside on defense. He's a smart defender. He uses his length well. He rebounds decent. And I think he just had a ton of their offensive burden at Alabama. So I think he wasn't allowed to maybe play as hard on defense as he could have. But I do think he's got similar upside on defense as well.
I'm more worried about Brandon Miller against length and athleticism in the league than I am the Thompson twins, actually. Brandon Miller struggled in the tournament. Brandon Miller, I believe, against like top 50 teams really struggled as well. He doesn't have the greatest burst. I don't think he's necessarily a negative athlete, but I don't think he's going to easily blow by guys off the dribble. Now, of course, you got guys in the league that play at their own pace and make it work. Just look at Luka. So not necessarily that he should be discounted for that, and he definitely could figure it out, but I am worried about him being able to get to his spots at the same rate he did in college against NBA-level size and NBA-level defenders, and being able to finish around the rim against NBA-level rim protectors. He improved a ton over the year, but I don't know. I think there's some question marks with Brandon Miller as well in that regard.
Yeah, and here's the deal. Whether they draft the Thompson twin or if it's Scoot or Brandon Miller, they can't just do that one move. That's not good enough for any of their contention. So they have to make another big move on top of that, and that's the problem. Like Wembanyama could have fixed almost all of our problems single-handedly, and then you make another good move, and all of a sudden you're contenders maybe.
I want to forget he exists, by the way.
Whereas now with the third pick, you can't just draft the pick and then hope that turns into that star player you need, and then that's going to be enough. Like, I don't think that's going to be enough this summer to just draft someone, make a free agent signing in a small trade or something. I think now that we got the third pick, we either have to use that for a big trade, or if we keep it, we have to find a way to get another good player as well.
Yep. Shout out to, let me get caught up on donos and then we'll wrap up the stream. Shout out to David Yu, $5 Australian dono, said, had momentary bliss when we moved up, crying in my car, so close, no idea how I should feel. Yeah, it's really tough, really emotional, David. I don't want to do this lottery thing again. For all the people that want to rebuild, man, I don't know if I could take a third year of this, because that's basically what rebuilding is, and it's just way too stressful. I'm kind of just relieved that this whole process is over. Shout out Adzi Mac with a $5 Australian dono, says, watch the lottery with my mates. Effing hell, the excitement. Pick 3 is so effing sick. I want Brandon Miller. Let's go. Thank you, Adzi Mac, for the $5 Australian dono. Shout out to Na Tran, member for 24 months, says, boo earns. Is that how I said that?
So close. Yeah,
So close, yeah.
What's up, Na?
What's up? Shout out to Sam Dooley. What's up, Sam? Says, shout out to B-Roy for moving us up, Go Rip City. Yeah, B-Roy was better luck than Dame, so there's that. Shout out to B-Roy for representing us. That was cool to see him. Shout out to Pat Mack with the $5 dono. Says, top 3 is big, very big. It's no Wemby, but hey, we're going to ride this out together and keep a positive mindset. Today is a good day to be a Blazer. Thank you, Pat Mack, with the $5 dono. Yeah, I mean, if you said, this was the outcome, I would have risked it for Wemby still, but 3 is obviously on the better side of outcomes from tonight. I mean, we had a 58% chance. We had a 56% chance, actually, of being 6 or lower.
Yeah.
So being 3 is good. Just one number off from the number 1 pick. I would be still crying right now. In a different reality, I'm really happy right now, in a different universe. Shout out to Caleb Pendergraph with a $5 dono. Said, Josh Lloyd suggested that the Nets and Blazers had discussed a trade for McHale using the lottery pick, and a future first. Would you do that?
That's way too much.
Take out the future first. Would you consider that?
I think you consider it, but yeah, I think you got to try to get someone else in that deal. If you're trading Ant, he makes a couple million more than I think he makes either $1 or $2 million more next year than McHale. So you try to maybe you add a smaller contract in, like a Keon or something, and you get, you try to get a Claxton or a Dorian Finney-Smith or something. But I don't giving up Ant, who's probably our best at least trade asset in terms of matching salary on a big contract, and then the top 3 pick. It's just like for one person, unless that person is really freaking good, I don't know if that's enough to put us into contention, even with how good McHale is. I don't know. What would you do?
I'm asking for Claxton back, because here's the thing. I'm willing to trade Ant, the 3rd pick, and future first, however many, if it gets us to contention over the next couple of years. I think if you get McHale and Claxton, that is such a difference defensively with those 2 guys that you could make a case that Dame, Sharp, McHale, Grant, and Claxton might be able to be a dark horse contender, because it should probably be an above-average defensive team, and it should be borderline top 5 offensively. So in that scenario, I am asking for Claxton, and I am not making a trade with the 3rd pick for McHale unless I get Claxton back. And if you get Claxton, then I'd maybe be willing to give up a future first, because that's really the conversation, is getting to contention. For that reason, I saw a comment that said Raptor fans want 3 and Ant for Siakam. That does not get the Blazers to contention, in my opinion. It doesn't solve their defensive issues, because Pascal Siakam is closer to Jeremy Grant defensively than a Mikal Bridges. He's not a guy that you want at the point of attack necessarily trying to guard guards. Yep. So the Blazers have to fix that issue and give up less dribble penetration. Pascal Siakam doesn't help fix that problem. So the Blazers aren't contending by making that trade. Therefore, I'm saying no to that. With McHale, just McHale, they're probably not contending unless they have a good follow-up move, but you have a great option in that same move in Claxton. So any McHale trade, I want Claxton back as well, and then hopefully the Blazers would have, you know, a couple future firsts to add something else in terms of depth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you added, because then you could trade Nurk. If you're trading Ant and Nurk, you could maybe get like Royce O'Neal added in that trade too, and then you have like a backup, like 3 basically, and then McHale can play 2 and 3. So yeah, I mean, I think you can make it work, but yeah, it's tough to give up Ant and the lottery pick unless it's like a superstar. So I don't know. I do really like McHale though.
Yep. Shout out.
One of the problems though is McHale's contract is just big enough to where we cannot match it unless we include one of Sharp, Anthony, or Nurk. So if you use Nurk to match it in the 3rd pick, then like you said, we have to get Claxton back, or we have to find a way or follow-up move to have a good center. Because we had a size problem last year. If we trade Nurk for another wing or guard, then we're going to have even more size problems, right? So we need a way to get McHale. So you have to give up one of those 3. I agree with you. You have to basically get Claxton in that deal or have a follow-up.
Yep. Shout out to Brainiac with the $20 dono. Thank you, Brainiac. Says dang. Yeah, dang, but I mean, 3rd pick makes it easier to pull off a win now trade. So some things wouldn't have been. I mean, if we were sitting here at 7, it would have been pure devastation because pulling off that sort of win now trade would be very, very difficult.
Yeah.
So at least, you know, you got that option, and you could still obviously take Brandon Miller or Amen Thompson, and I think Amen Thompson has arguably higher upside than Shaedon Sharpe. Now, obviously, I don't think he's a better asset at this point because I think Shaedon Sharpe has shown that upside is likely. But Amen, just with his athletic gifts and the things he can do with the ball in his hands, I mean, he has the 2nd highest upside in this draft potentially. I would put his upside up against Scoots even. So I love Amen Thompson. Could have the chance to draft him. We'll see if the Blazers keep the pick. Either way, it'll be interesting. It'll be lots of good content going down the stretch, and at least we have a 2nd first-round pick compared to last year, so we'll be able to talk about that as well. So we're in a better spot going into this offseason than we were last offseason. It just comes down to, can Joe Cronin execute an offseason? And, I mean, there's a bunch of potential options out there, so which ones are realistic, and then what does the trade package look like? I am worried he's going to overpay for Siakam and think that somehow fixes things when it doesn't. I mean, if he gives up Ant in 3 for Siakam, that proves to me that he has no idea what he's doing in terms of building a team that has a cohesive combination of skill sets, especially on the defensive end. You know, but I've wanted Siakam for a while, but with Jeremy Grant, it just doesn't make a ton of sense to give up the assets it requires to get him. So, I mean, we're rooting for the Heat because Jaylen Brown's a possibility. Would you give up Ant in 3 for Jaylen Brown?
I think you have to if you're trying to win now. Like if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't, but I'd understand that. Yeah, I think that's a fair trade, fair value-wise.
Yeah, and I mean maybe an extra first gets thrown in there. Who knows?
I would say you have to basically have an understanding with Jaylen that you're signing a contract extension, though, because if he leaves after 1 year, that's going to look like one of the worst trades ever.
Yeah, and then you'd have picks left over to go do whatever else. So we'll talk about all these hypotheticals with this 3rd pick and future streams on our 2nd channel, Blazers Uprise Live. If you're not yet subscribed to that channel, there's a link in the description box below. But before you click off, make sure you subscribe to this channel. This is our main channel. We'll have a draft live stream on June 23rd, 22nd? Something like that. We'll have an NBA draft live stream. We'll have a free agency live stream as well. So even if you're not a Blazer fan, you should still subscribe and catch us for those live streams. We'll have video content covering the Blazers as well. We set records this stream in terms of viewership, so that was awesome. Let me thank a couple final donos before we sign off here. Shout out to Ads, $2 dono says, would number 3 pick be enough for both Herb and Murphy, assuming we would get the 14th pick back in that trade? I mean, I would rather do that than Brandon Miller probably. I don't know if I'd rather do that than Amen Thompson.
I would take that if we get 14 back too, because you're basically talking about Herb, Murphy, and and like Lively or something. I think that solves a lot of our issues and provides a lot of depth. I don't know if New Orleans would do that, maybe one of those two guys. But the good thing about those guys, though, are they both fit into our trade exception we have, so we wouldn't have to match salary. We could still because they're low enough, and you wouldn't have to give up Anthony or Sharp or whatever. But so if you can add one of those players without giving up one of your core pieces, I agree. Yeah, it would just take David Griffin to basically be really in love with someone there at 3 and be willing to sacrifice some of his depth pieces for that. That was one of my dream scenarios earlier on in the process. If we got number 2, not sure if it's going to be possible, but yeah, hopefully.
Shout out to Fun P, $2 donut, says Dame will decide what we do with the pick or trade. I mean, he'll definitely have a say. And then shout out Brainiac with a $10 donut, says saying dang was running right down the middle of my emotions. Haha, I'm stoked to move up, but dang. That's summed up perfectly. That's a great donut to end on. Thank you, Brainiac. So yeah, leave a like on the stream and subscribe for Blazer content. And even if you're not a Blazer fan, we'll have a couple big streams just covering trade deadline, draft. We do free agency as well, so those are our 3 big NBA streams per year, so you definitely don't want to miss those. We go all out with graphics and that sort of thing, so hopefully you can catch us for those. Anyway, thank you to Bet Online for sponsoring this stream. Use the promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for a 50% reward bonus over at Bet Online. And shout out one final dono from Pat Mack, $5 dono, says, just wanted to show you some love. Or just wanted to show some love to you two. Best Blazer show out there. You guys keep it real. Thanks for all the coverage. Thank you, Pat Mack. Appreciate you. Also, if you want to get a Manta mask, check out the link in the description box below. Use the promo code Uprise for 10% off. 10% off with the promo code Uprise at mantasleep.com. Link in the description. You can get this. This would be a great gift for your mother. If you forgot to get her something for Mother's Day, you can make it up to her and get a Manta mask. There's a bunch of different attachments. So if it's hot, there's cooling attachments, there's like steam therapy, there's a sound mask, there's a bunch of different options for you to check out. So treat yourself, upgrade your sleep, or show somebody that you care about them and get them a Manta mask. Thank you to them for sponsoring this stream as well. Any final words before we sign off, Eric?
Oh man, what a ride today was. Had some very high highs and unfortunately the disappointment of the 3rd pick, but I think we're set up to be in a good position, and just want to give another shout out to everyone who showed up here. Thank you so much. Everyone who showed up today has been great in supporting the channel, and I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for enjoying this moment with us. And then thank you to everyone who came on and watched online as well. Appreciate all of you, and hope to see you in a stream after this one.
Yep. Anyway, that's a wrap for this draft lottery stream. It's more successful than last year. We'll take it, I guess. We'll have content looking at this pick, looking at pick trade combinations and all sorts of fun stuff on the channel heading forward. With that being said, we're out of here. We'll catch you on Thursday on our 2nd channel, Blazers Uprise Live. Link in the description at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. Hopefully we can see a lot of you guys there. So until then, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.
Good chat. Good chat.